All right, let's take a look at this from the parent's perspective, what I like to call the prospect portal. This is my son Noah's prospect page. This is before an upload of stats, the prior snapshot from our first tournament this spring. So we've got the 5 tool profile. He's always been really good at making consistent contact, extra base hitting. Absolutely could use some work. Everything, it's pretty accurate on what I saw from the past tournament. We've got average, different stat lines. Got the stat insights. Line drive percentage is 0 right now. A lot of ground balls. Recommended drill. Aggressive contact, absolutely. Ground ball hitter. He's had some stolen bases. Reached his 5 RBI prospect milestone. He's getting close to 10. Got that. Added some improvements on stat profile descriptions. So the descriptions are a little bit more verbose. The goal is to speak in layman's terms of what the stats are saying, trends are saying to the parent, to understand where your child is, where their strengths are, and where they could get better. So we've got the fielding breakdown, pitching breakdown. Everything looks accurate. Milestone tracker. I've already generated a development plan earlier today. Just one note, you get to choose spring, fall, and the off season. I basically train the model to go light on the recommended training in the springtime. There's a ton of practice, a ton of games already. This development plan should take that into account. So fall is going to be kind of a middle ground. We don't play near as much in the fall. It's more a development side of the year for us. So I made this like a middle ground. So it's going to be a heavier load than the spring season, but the off season is going to be the heaviest load. So if you have a child that's like really motivated to get better, that's what this development plan is for. So the model is going to push a heavy load to really work on transforming and reshaping a swing. Heavy fundamental work. That's the time to make a big change in your game. Spring, you should be maintaining essentially. And then if you have maybe a growth area that if you don't change it, it's probably going to be a rough season for you. It'll give you some focal points on that. And the fall season is going to give you a little bit heavier. It's going to focus on your growth areas a little bit more than the spring season would. But the off season is going to hit everything. So if you want it all, the off season, that's what this development plan is going to be for. All right, we got an idea of what it looks like now. We'll revisit this and see what it looks like after snapshot 2 is added from our tournament that completed today. All right, just received notification that a coach uploaded new stats from our tournament that ended today. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the difference is here. All right, so I already can tell, I can see a little bit of a difference in the profile here. Still doing well with stolen bases it looks like, but he experienced his first breaking ball today with a 1-2 count. He got behind in a count and dude dumped it on him. Had a good learning experience there. So contact went down from 10 to 9. I can see that. A couple trends down. A lot of learning opportunities in this 11U ball, which has been fantastic to watch. You're seeing a lot of growth. We had a home run hit today, which was awesome. It was a kid's first home run. Line drive rate went up from 0 to 6.3%. So that's a good sign. I think this was a focal area before, which is that's like a critical alert, but now it's in a growth area. So hey, that's something right there. Everything, I mean, it just depends on the differences in stats, but Noah didn't change a ton. But I can see some small changes. Let's check the development plan. Let's see if this changes at all. So get a quick look at this. So I'm going to update this development plan. This takes a minute. It's shooting it to a back end, AI back end, to the model that we use and crunching all the numbers. It's going to analyze everything. It's going to analyze the new stats, compare it with the old stats, and develop a new tailored development plan for the player So every parent has access to this. If your coach or you as a travel team pay for this subscription, this is going to be available to the parents at no extra cost. You just have to have that subscription. All right, here is the development plan from March 15th. All right, got the strengths, discipline. I'm trying to find anything that's new. Unlock extra base hits. So this is a new one that's popped up. Both of these growth areas are new from our last development plan generation. Absolutely. If you go back to the 5-tool profile, what's the growth area here? Extra base hits. A lot of singles. So I agree with the thought process here of unlocking extra base hits. Just got to drive the ball. Find some gappers. His slugging OPS have room to grow as he learns to drive the ball with more authority. This is not something to chase midseason mechanically. I like that. It is more about trusting his swing and letting the ball travel a little deeper in the zone on pitches he can turn on. One of his biggest problems is rollovers. Let it get deep, hit it the other way, hit it up the middle. Had a rough, not a rough weekend pitching, but probably not his best outing. But it's 11U ball. That's how it works. All right, practice plan. Let's see what we got here. Plenty of contact. Staying in the singles category. I love this. This is absolutely what we see all the time. Is not fully using his back hip through the zone. Every time that I watch videos of my son, there are times where, man, he's almost standing straight up, like great eye for the ball. But there's opportunity for him to really get into the hips and get ready to unload on the ball and pair that with good contact, and you can do some damage. So it gives you a weeks 1 to 2 progression, weeks 3 to 4 progression. You can see this is a lot. Like if you look at this, it's like, man, that's not like a real development plan. Well, it is when you're in the spring season and you don't have a lot of room to go and make changes or do extra work. I mean, it can be tough, but these are some simple things you could do at home. Got some trends. Batting average dropped. Pitching command dropped. I agree with that. RBIs are still decent. Boy loves the walk. And then you can regenerate your plan if you want. I like the age group context. Sort of does a comparison with 11U group, which is awesome. The more that this platform grows, the more that the data can be compared to as well, which would be fantastic. So absolutely sign up. Appreciate y'all sticking with me. I just figured I'd do a quick ride along on this. Everything looks good though. Yep, everything looks good. All right, thank y'all so much. I hope y'all have a great night. See y'all later.